So it means the gold needles from Michael McDowell. Dowell. I'm gonna tell you a bit about this book. So I think, I'm actually sure this guy has already written a bunch of books. I don't know if it's written. Okay, so they say this one was published in 2023. It's actually funny because they say its height, its weight, the number of pages, and like in the last page they give you some details about the book itself. So they say the cover has been drawn by a guy called Pedro Oyarbid. Okay, so I thought this guy was English or something by his name, because as I said before, his named Michael McDowell, but the cover itself was made in France. Actually, the fact that this specific cover was manufactured in France. After they say how they made the cover. I'm not gonna try to translate it because it's very technical. was trying to find if this Michael had already written like the name of his previous books. Okay, I have it. Okay, so this guy is writing many books in a short amount of time because actually in 2022 he wrote a first book called Blackwater. In 2023 he wrote this book, so 1 year later. In 2024 he wrote 2 books, which is a lot, called Katie and L'Amulette. And in 2025 he wrote 2 books called Lune froide sur Babylone and Élémentaire. Okay, so it's translated from English, so for sure this guy is from, might be from the US because it's written from US English. So, I'm gonna tell you about the story. So, it happens in 1882 in New York, and it's the story between 2 families. One family of like kind of rich people at the time, from a good family. There's the father, who is the older. I think it's like 80 in the book or something, maybe 70, because 80 but at this time might be a little bit too much. And he's a judge, and he has one son who is a priest, and he has a daughter who's married to a lawyer who's working with their grandfather, and all of them have children. So this is for the first family, and the second family is on the opposite, a family of thieves. So is the grandmother. So it's kind of like the same kind of generations on both sides. You have the grandmother, and after she has 2 daughters, the first one, she does an abortion if that's something that you would like to. I don't know if it's a good thing mixing languages in an ASMR video. Let me know. I can try to read you 2 sentences so you can have an idea. Let me know if you want me to do more. Okay, I'm gonna try to find something nice and something that I'm able to translate. And I'm gonna read at the beginning to mention a key moment in the book. And I remember now when I started this book, as it's it happening like a long time ago. The vocabulary was pretty different from what I usually read. Because I read really easy books when it's book stories. I don't know if you can say poor in English. If so, it's what I mean. So, okay, I have one sentence. Je suis heureuse que tu n'aies pas bu, Benjamin.